Hey, hey, I was told, I've been doing this, YouTube, YouTube and MySpace productions for a while here. Here 3 or 4 weeks, something like that, right? And this one guy says, "Oh, well, do you get a lot of compliments?" This one guy named I don't know exactly his name, but I beat him in chess. He's a young kid that's be coming over here. Bernard, I think his name is. Anyway, he says, "Do you get a lot of hits? A lot of people that view it, comments?" I said, "No, not really." And in light of his statement, and also light of another lady's statement who I met while I was on, what was I on? I was on Pal Talk. I saw her inside of a room, and I just at random was texting or sending people messages, and instead of the proper way to introduce yourself and the whole 9 yards, I was just being direct, seeing as though no one was really getting a proper way, like hello, how are you doing? My name is Jose Bertrand. La da 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 da. Hey, I write poetry. Would you like to hear some poetry? To me, seems like a very good way, but people be thinking. I think people think that I'm working on a different. I'm working at an angle, that kind of thing. In which case, usually people aren't. What's the use in going up and talking to someone unless there's something that you want? And we don't really do things like unless there's something that we could profit from it. And for me, in all honesty, it's just sharing a poetry. That is what my profit is, Anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do right now. She told me, this girl told me, her name is Nay, and I remember her name because my auntie's name is Renee, and I said, "So what's your name?" Every time you get on a computer, a person always, people normally don't use their real name because they don't want people to know their real name. Well, I use my real name in some cases. Like, excuse me, like if asked, I use my real name. Well, people do it for protection. They don't want people to know their real name. So, well, I do. And anyway, so I asked Nay. I said, "So what's your name?" Because I asked her for her phone number. I said, "Could I call you?" And she actually said yes. So she texted me her phone number over my MySpace. And first she put it on the YouTube or on she put her phone number in a private message box in Pal Talk. Then I called the number, but I didn't write it down. I just called her, and our phone don't have caller ID, stuff like that. So when I was talking to her on the phone, this is as we were talking and everything like that, and then she gives me, and then I see I want to call her back. I told her I would call her back, but I didn't have her phone number because I had erased it, this, that, and the other, from off the Pal Talk. So when she was on my MySpace, she emailed it to my MySpace, and then I called her back anyway. But so when I asked her what her name was, and she says, "Just call me Nay." I said, "Oh, that's easy to remember because I have my auntie's name is Renee." She says, "Yeah, that's my real name. People call me Nay." All right, that's cool. Anyway, enough of that one. So, hence the story begins. I write poetry. Oh no, that's not hence the story begins. I wasn't getting to the thing I was saying. What I was saying is she said that because I asked her about my MySpace, because I saw her MySpace and it was really nice and elaborate and everything like that, very appealing to the site, So she was looking at my videos on the MySpace, and I told her, I said, "If you want to get to know me, just look at my videos." And she said that they're so long, and so she was basically giving me comments, suggestions, because she was saying about what people like. People don't like long videos because normally people overlook long videos, And for me, I was like, really? Wow. So I see now, you know, that's someone coaching me. And my lesson from that, you know, because I always try to get a lesson or try to learn something from whatever experience that I go through. So what I learned is that two things. If I really want someone to look at my videos, if that's my intention, then I must spoof it up, make it look good and everything like that for them to see it. And that way they can see it. And then I also learned that if a person is looking at a video in order for appearance-wise, for it to appeal to them, be it the length of the video or anything of that, you know, be it the length of the video, the background, music, this, that, and the other, then if that's what they're looking for, then they can go ahead and look for that. That's cool. But see, it's not indicative of me to put little 30-second, 45-second things on there because I have too much to say at length of time. And my videos normally span anywhere from 9 to 10, 11, 12 minutes sometimes. You know, shorter sometimes, but usually that long because I want a person to sit up and look. Now, I know people like to hear themselves talk. Okay, understandable concept. And if that's true indicative of me, then fine and dandy. Then I love to hear myself talk if that's the case. Although I don't go there and look at the videos. Like I do them like I'm doing DOESNT, but I don't go back and look at it, editing and things of that nature. It's just raw. It's just me. Like I have a raw uncut segment on there where it's Hosea Birchfield or Primopoet, raw and uncut. And then the dogs are out. Oh, hey, mama. Ooh, let the dogs out. I didn't know she was there. I didn't even know you was there. I didn't know you was home. I thought you was still down there. Oh, you was back there asleep. Why you didn't get the couch back, ma? I was telling Bernard. Oh, he had left to go do something. He went over there to see if they're doing if Jeffrey was home so we could play chess. He came back and said that they weren't there. So then he said he was going to his grandparents, something like that. So he said he'll be back though. Yeah, he had went. When I woke up, he was in the kitchen eating getting a hot dog or whatever, right? So because I had woke up, I knew he was on the computer, but when I heard going back and forth, so I was like, I said, trouble. I said, my mom in there? He said, I think he did say you was asleep or something like that or whatever. And I said, oh, okay. I said, so you asked her for a hot dog or something? He said, oh, no, sir. I said, so I had to have the talk. I sat down, had to talk with him. I said, it's fine. And then I said, anytime that you go in somebody's house, no matter what, when you go to get something out of a person's house, always ask permission. It's not that they're not going to let you have it or something like that, but it's just a fact. When you ask permission, it shows consideration, that kind of thing. And nothing harsh. I was telling he understood that, you know what I'm saying? So, but he had left and he'll be back though. Anyway, so now I go into my segments that are short and sweet. Somewhat, but not really. Meaty.